We're going live. We're going live.
Right.
Going live. All right, and we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this slightly delayed work in progress. Well, doubly delayed, because this is supposed to be a work in progress Wednesday stream, and if you're checking your clock, it's not Wednesday. It's Thursday. I've had a bunch of stuff going on. Care responsibility type stuff with my very elderly father. And, yeah, I had to deal with that last night, and I thought that we were finally getting him to a place where he's permanently moved into a place, and then because of the vagaries of the Canadian healthcare system, he's got one more move coming ahead of him, which they're like, okay, you can move him next Thursday. I'm like, God, no, he's only just moved into this place. So, anyway, that's what I was dealing with, and then I was dealing with having to eat dinner before I started the stream. So, that's why I'm here now. But I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Tactical Dbag, otherwise known as Will.
Hello.
And you can see his video up in the top right-hand corner there. And then also by Kajan.
Hi.
Hi, Kajan. Thank you both for joining this evening. Darth Bob might be joining us later. I'm not quite sure, but he said he was going to try to join in, because this isn't our normal night. Wasn't expecting to be on, which is understandable. And I don't know where the heck the model I want to work on. Oh, there it is. All right, so yes, this is the idea for this particular stream today is that I wanted to ask you both about your, I'm not going to say resolutions, I hate that word. What are your hobby plans for 2024? And what are you looking forward to in terms of hobby stuff in 2024? So does anyone want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right, Kajan.
So I'm probably doing the same thing I'm doing every year, like planning 10,000 projects and probably not doing half of them.
I think that's all of us.
So right now I'm kind of like I have bought all those Eldar and stuff like that. So maybe I should finally do my Harlequin troop kill team thing. So that's kind of on my mind, and I'm also kind of thinking about doing some siege demons, stuff like
Oh,
that.
cool.
So
Okay.
that's where my head is right now. I don't have a big plan right now for some Tyranid related stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, you just had your huge plan for your Screamer Killer, right? That you were scratch sculpting
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, it was mostly many parts of it were scratch sculpted. So yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm kind of right now between projects, and the project I was working on, silly old me dropped it, and
Oh no.
Oh no, I hate that.
It's broke parts, and it kind of discouraged me to continue working on it. I know I need to get back to it and fix it, but I'm
I feel for you,
looking at
dude.
it.
That is absolutely discouraging. I have if anyone remembers my Gene Stealer cult, I made these Gene Stealer cult like wheelie guys where it's like they look like that robotic duck guy from DuckTales where they're like they've got
Gizmo
one
Duck.
wheel. What?
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck, is that what he's called? Okay, cool. Yeah, they look like Gizmo Duck in that they had like one wheel that they were like riding around on. And yeah, I dropped them and then I got really discouraged and I pretty much haven't gotten back to them still to this day.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am at. It's also has been putting a dampener on my plan, on my desire to continue it, because yeah, I mean it's not bad, but it's just I'm looking at it and I'm like, fuck.
Totally understandable, man. I've been there.
Been there.
And I think Darth
We've all
Bob's been
been
there
there.
too. Darth Bob had a model that he started painting and the paint went weird on it. And it took him forever to try and get back to it.
Yeah. So right now my head is with other things, and I mean we have June Stealer coming up sometime later this year. So I thought that was super funny when you're not American.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When I find it, I put it in the private chat.
All right, I think
All
we're
right,
back
I think we're
online.
back online.
I don't know.
I don't know what the heck just happened. That was like a new caliber of technical difficulties. I had a encoding error.
Never had that before. Don't know what that's all about. So let's hope it doesn't come back,
because that would be crappy.
It would.
All right, I gotta figure out
how to make a stand gaunt from a Leviathan gaunt.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah. But I've never done it, so.
They're all hunched forward. So.
Yeah,
well, I made it work with the old gaunts, which are crappier than these ones, so.
So, Will, what is your not resolution?
Basically just trying to finish off some of the projects I started off last year that never finished up. So like right now I'm working on my reposed Bridlord.
Yeah.
And basically just sculpting, lots and lots of sculpting that I put off because it's like, oh god, that's like effort.
We seem to have an audio echo.
Audio.
Audio. Oh, wait.
I wonder if it's mine.
No, it's me. It's me. I found it. It should have stopped right now.
Let us know if the echoes stopped happening.
Yes, let us know if I killed that particular audio demon.
Yeah, sounds like it stopped.
Oh, good. Yeah, just a bunch of sculpting things that I'm like putting off. Feel like really at the end of the year, kind of, especially because of all of the holidays, I kind of hit a hobby malaise, like hobby doldrum, so to speak. So
Yeah.
didn't like get too much done, but getting back on that hobby wagon.
I can empathize with that. All this shit that I've been dealing with my dad has given me hobby doldrums. Hobby doldrums is a great word for it. There's another $5 word.
And it means?
Yeah, Will, for people who don't know, what does doldrums mean?
Doldrums are kind of like the lulls in between like kind of storms, like when everything's kind of calm but like nothing's like really happening.
So the calm before the storm.
But it's also, doesn't it also mean to like be becalmed, like when you don't have any wind when you're sailing and you can't?
Yeah, it's, I think nautically speaking, it's usually like you're kind of stuck in place. But as a result, kind of things not moving. So you're just like kind of a lack of momentum.
Very good word. I learned it because I read, I can't even remember what the book was, but there was some kid's book that my parents would read to me about they got stuck in the doldrums. I feel like, is there a who wrote the Big Friendly Giant? Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl.
Does Roald Dahl have a book where they're on like a sailboat? Big sailing ship? I can't remember. I feel like it might have been a Roald Dahl book.
It wasn't James and the Giant Peach, was it?
No, that one I never read as a kid.
He's just kind of like going around everywhere on a giant peach.
Well, this was like they were on a boat. Like they were like on the boat for like the whole story or something. I remember that. That was what taught me about ocean doldrums.
Are you sure it wasn't like Life of Pi?
No, I know it was not Life of Pi because Life of Pi doesn't have a picture book for kids. I read Life of Pi when I was like 20 something.
I only ever saw the movie.
I mean, I like the book.
Dan Kaplinger suggests Treasure Island. But I think they actually get on an island at some point.
I mean, yeah, Treasure Island. I can't really speak to that as I read that in German. So
Okay. Hey, we had a question at the very beginning of the chat. Matthew was asking how to get a torso, or was it for Venomthropes or was it for Zoanthropes? Did it get deleted? The problem is if you ask a chat before we start, sometimes it gets deleted. Oh no, it's here.
yeah, for Venomthropes, he wanted to know any sculpting advice for the chest piece in the lower body for the Venomthropes.
So you took your Zoanthrope Venomthrope kit, you built the coolest thing in it, the Zoanthrope, and now you want to make sure that your other parts don't go to waste.
Yeah, pretty much.
You guys have suggestions?
Well, definitely I would be using a small gauge wire for the tail and wrap it in even smaller wire so the green stuff holds onto it better, and then sculpt it up in layers. And the chest piece is not that hard. I mean, you first sculpt basically rows for the breast, the rib cage.
Yeah.
You basically sculpt the rib cage and then you cover up the center line with chitin plates. And Mr. Pink has a video about how to do the chitin plates.
Certainly do. There's also a video on how to do ribs, but it was it's an older one, and Hydra recorded it with me. The video quality is not amazing, but it's there.
I would comment though that the that chest piece for that particular model is very small.
Yes.
You're almost better off just kind of jamming a little bit of putty, and then just kind of scoring a couple of lines, sort of in line with like the side ribbing of the model, and then just kind of shaping it up. But like it's maybe a centimeter by centimeter, like in like square footage frontage.
It's a little wider than it's tall. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, you're basically right, and I also would do that and cover the wire for the tail inside that initial piece, so it's merged to the body, and then you can shape the wire in any shape you want the tail to go.
I think I've also seen people use like a gargoyle tail or
heck yeah, buddy,
like the back end of a Termagant, which I think you should be able to, even like the old school Termagants, you should be able to like get a bunch just mad cheap, and then if you chop it up and then sort of use a heat gun or something to bend it into like an S-shapey thing, you can probably also do a fairly creditable Zoanthrope tail without having to sculpt anything, which I believe the prevailing advice in this channel is just like, if you don't have to sculpt it, don't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My advice for you is do not do this. Find something else that you can rip off and use that, because as the gents noted, the piece is very small that you're trying to replicate, like that chest piece. So you could almost use like a gaunt torso, or if you have a Tyranid warrior torso kicking around, or if you wanted to get really creative, it has, do I have anything here that I can show you? You can make a rib cage for a warrior sized creature out of a hive tyrant tail. Like there's like that weird ribby piece like on the
on the pelvis.
On the pelvis, yeah. The pelvis has like a weird ribbed piece on the front and like an armor plate. And I would say that you should try to use something like that. I say the hive tyrant because the hive tyrant comes with two pelvis pieces, one for the walking. Oh wait, that's the shit, I can't remember. I think that's the part where the tail interfaces, or the
you only have one piece of that.
The hip or the waist interfaces. Maybe we don't have extras of that.
But as I'm watching your video on screen right now, I mean, the gaunt you have in your hand, that chest piece probably would fit in
Yeah,
there perfectly.
you're right. And anyone who got Leviathan has way more of these gaunts than they could ever possibly use. So if you don't have them, phone a friend, because your friend might be able to hook you up some. But yeah, I would highly suggest like finding another piece to use for it. But if you really want to sculpt it, you can definitely use Kajan's method. That was a good suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely sculpt this. So,
Yeah,
but
because
that's me.
Kajan is you're a glutton for punishment. You love making stuff from scratch. Me, not so much.
Sculpting all these little details that are never going to be seen.
That's how you know
Yeah.
you're professional.
Good times.
It's even more fun when you sculpt an arm and stuff like that, and put real effort into it, and then you marry it to the body and realize nobody's going to ever see that one.
No, that's sad.
There's so much sculpting in my old Tyrant shield guard that I did on the shields that is never going to see the light of day.
On the
It's just
inside
like
of it,
I spent so much time on it.
same thing with
Uh,
Marco's gun beast that I made for him. There's so much interior detail on the shield arms that you basically can't.
Yeah, the issue is you never can tell what will be seen in the final thing, so you kind of have to do it.
I feel like if you're some kind of filthy professional, you might be able to, but I can't.
Yeah, okay.
I don't plan that far in
Uh,
advance.
I mean, yeah, probably if I had more time to devote to it, to really plan that stuff out, and every grip, every hold needs to be economical and stuff like that. So yeah, probably I can see how you maybe plan it out better, but as long as we are talking about hobby, just sculpt it because sculpting is the hobby.
Or just rip it off because kit bashing is the hobby. Your choice.
Yeah.
So wait, did you guys both get through your like outlook for 2024?
Yeah, that's your turn.
Oh,
I
my
believe.
other outlook is that I'm actually going to try to paint something. So
Cool. That's exciting.
Ooh.
But then again, to be fair, to temper expectations, I said the exact same thing the last 2 years. So,
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest.
I mean, I'm kind of playing with the idea to treat myself to an airbrush for my
Ooh,
birthday.
nice.
So,
Brushes are
since my
nice.
birthday is coming up, so we'll see.
Without doxing yourself, when's your birthday?
February 11th,
Oh, cool. Okay.
3 days before Valentine's Day.
And 2 days before Brother Pink's birthday.
Ah,
I think one of his
another
kids might have been born on
Aquarius.
that day. Can't remember. What was that?
I said another Aquarius.
His family's wild because him and his wife, like their birthdays are within like less than 2 weeks of each other, and then one of their kids is in between their two birthdays. So they just got a fishbowl full of Aquarius. I don't know anything
Hey,
about star
chat, what are you
signs.
guys up to?
Oh yeah, chat, what are you up to? Thanks, Will. Oh, because apparently was this news for you, Will? That if anyone missed it, Games Workshop's having a preview at god awful
LVO?
o'clock tonight.
Yeah, that was news to me. Till I forget who mentioned it. I lose track of time and people. But maybe there's Xenos coverage. Who knows?
Oh, I think there will
Exciting.
be. I think there will be, but I am not staying up till midnight to do a Xenos watch for this one. I'm sorry, kids. If you want to stay up till midnight Eastern, or
6
even
a.m.
later,
Okay.
yeah, I can't do that. But I'll just check it
Yeah.
out in the morning. But I think there's probably going to be Kroot.
It seemed like there's going to be Kroot news.
It was exciting for me.
I mean, I find it. I hadn't heard of it, so when Tom asked what if we are expecting anything from LVO tonight, I was going to the website and checked it out, and the banner says huge reveals incoming this week. So
Always.
I'm kind of wondering. So they're not revealing much tonight, and we're getting a bunch of
What? What
articles.
do you mean?
I don't know. Based on the banner, I haven't checked in the Warhammer. I haven't checked the Warhammer community this week. Ever since they started with all the Smurfs and stuff like that, so I'm kind of zoned out.
I think the huge reveals coming this week is LVO. Like, I think that's what they're referring to.
Is there
yeah.
like an event that's like happening this weekend that I'm missing? Like
Las Vegas Open.
That would do it. Yep.
Yeah, so it's a big tournament thing down in Las Vegas. Some of my friends from my gaming group here in Toronto are actually going there, and they're being really like competitive with their lists and all that stuff, but I'm definitely not.
I mean, one of the icons has a cyber cat, so I'm wondering what that's about.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, I'm suspecting we're going to get some Necromunda stuff.
Yep.
I've watched Kyrioth, one of his videos where he talked about a Corpse Grinder article they posted, and how he was all excited about getting Mad Max flair with Corpse Grinder Ash Wastes models.
Yeah.
And then was all disappointed that it wasn't going to happen.
How do we know it's not going to happen?
I mean, at least in the article he was talking about, it wasn't going to happen. It might. It could. Maybe it's one of the reveals for LVO.
Well, they're doing that whole thing where they're giving every faction a vehicle, which is neat for Necromunda. Like they did the they repurposed that Elysian vehicle for the cops. Sorry, what was that, Will?
Palatine Enforcers.
Yes, yeah. And then like they gave that really awesome like Arachnarig thing to God, what are they called? Help me.
Vanzar?
Thank you, yes. Vanzar. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe there's going to be more cool vehicles, and maybe there'll be a Mad Max thing for Corpse Grinders.
Corpse Grinders already get, like, their... Oh, no, those were the Goliaths. Never mind.
Yeah, Goliath's got those weird bikes that grind people up.
Ironically.
Corpse Grinders would be ideal for some Mad Max flair, like the latest Mad Max movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it would be working great with Corpse Grinders to have that.
Yeah, or Goliath would have been a good option as well. I feel like they're kind of wild in that Mad Max.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. But I think the hulking brute aesthetic would probably clash a little bit with that. The Corpse Grinders, I can see more of that in terms of pure Mad Max, Outrider stuff.
Yeah.
Crazies. Yeah, so yeah, as I gather, we don't really have predictions for LVO.
Well, my prediction is Kroot. That's my only prediction. Kroot. Gonna be Kroot. Look forward to Kroot.
I mean, maybe I would imagine they saved that for later in the year.
Well, except it was in the New Year's video.
Oh, okay.
They showed a Kroot guy riding some kind of alligator looking thing. So I think
turns out it's just a spiky-headed space marine.
I saw that Groot guy's video about it, where he talked about a new Groot model. But since
That
it
crew guy
was,
did a video? I missed that. Damn.
yeah, he did talking in the car video where he speculated,
Oh,
gave his
okay.
ideas about the new reveal, and
Yeah.
that also passed me by. Family stuff and stuff like that was between the years is always crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's also a shared it. I'll just slap it up here. I shared it in our Discord, but there's a photo floating around that might be new.
New Groot.
Might be new Kroot Ox. Hold on a sec. Just down. This might be a preview of the preview of what you're going to see tonight, if the whispers of the internet are accurate. Boom. So these are three very Kroot Oxy looking boys with some riders. I like how Gorilla-y they are. I'd be happy with these.
Yeah, they look interesting.
I like them. I feel like they don't quite look like CW style,
Mm-hmm.
but
I agree with that.
I feel like GW has a tendency of a little bit more angular kind of stuff, but
I was
you
going to
never
say the
know.
one thing that doesn't scream Games Workshop for me is the middle rider.
Yeah, the middle one definitely.
Looks awkward.
It also looks like he's holding a shuriken cannon.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hand cannon. It's. I mean, it's probably something else, but from that, at
Oh.
that size, it looks like shuriken.
Notably, some, like, if you look at some recent rumor engine stuff, these supposed 3D sculpts have all the elements that were shown in like those rumor engines, but it'd be a hell of a troll. But if someone really wanted to, they could sculpt these up themselves and put in those elements to trick people. But I don't know, that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to sell it or shill their work, their other work, I mean, it's a good entryway. I'm also why I don't think it's a Games Workshop thing is they're looking a little bit flat.
Yeah.
I mean, the arms and the silhouettes are looking a little bit flat to me.
Okay.
And I feel like Games Workshop has been more dynamic, like more asymmetry in their
Asymmetry, yeah.
style. And these bodies look very realistically proportioned, and that's less the heroic style.
Yeah. That's a good
And
observation. These look
that's
like they make sense. Games Workshop models do not make sense.
yeah, I mean, Games Workshop models are all this slightly exaggerated,
Yeah.
heroic pose and body proportions, and these look normal. And that's why they're standing out to me right
They're
now.
too reasonable.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean it can't be, but yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, the poses feel a little awkward, which weirdly works both in favor of it being real GW and not.
Yeah.
And like I said, it just like I still think some of the details are a little too like soft.
Yeah.
Like GW has definitely kind of made a move towards like just sharper lines just generally everywhere.
Yeah.
To like sell their contrast paints and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, these would be pretty dope though. If you know, they're the actual.
Yeah. Like, I think we have doubts, but it doesn't sound like we're saying, God, I hope these aren't the Games Workshop models, because man.
Yeah.
I think we're saying we're doubtful that these are Games Workshop models, but if they were, they're cool models.
Yeah.
Nice. Oi, 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 oi.
We have a question in the chat.
Oh, fantastic. I love questions.
Mal Ninja asks if you're adding to your kill team with the thing you're working on.
Mall Ninja. That is a good question. So I should be adding to my kill team for this, using this this Standagon I'm working on here. But this is actually a model I am exchanging with someone. I made a little agreement with somebody that I really like their Tyranids, and could I get... They have a very unique scheme, right? Kind of like, oh, it's iconic, but a super unique scheme. And I was like, hey, can I get a Tyranid painted in your scheme? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay you. And they're like, well, why don't we do a art swap? So they said that they wanted to have something converted by me, and I was like, well, what about a Standagon? And they were like, yeah, it sounds good. That's what I'm working on here. But one day I need to do more Standagons for my kill team, and I've been meaning to do one with a Leviathan Gaunt for a long time. But I'm just using this hobby swap to chase that down. A good question.
Speaking of which, you still have the crude.
I just turned them off. Literally just turned them off.
Okay.
Thanks.
And then Tom Wilson added earlier about the how to do the Venom Thrope part.
Yeah.
About you could saw everything apart and give yourself some extra detail to sculpt.
Meaning what?
Probably in terms of the Venom trope bits, I think. I'm not quite sure, but it fits the timeline where he said that.
Well, the good thing about the Venom Thrope is that it's got a lot of the Venom Thrope body is that weird bulbous carapace that it has with like the bulging sacs in it.
Yeah,
And that
you can
bit is not
hide it.
used for the Zone Thrope at all, right?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so that's
it's
a
completely
good...
separate.
That does a lot of the... If you're trying to be like, hey, look, this is a Venom Thrope, that does a lot of the work for you. That people will see that bulgy carapace thing and they'll be like, oh, cool, okay, yeah. Like those bulgy sacs on the back, those whippy arms, those little heads, like I get it, it's a Venom Thrope. So you don't have to worry too much.
And you can hide the chest piece by bending them forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, good point. I was gonna say something like that you could, by posing them, you can disguise the part that you added.
So
Good
this
point.
is I know I got kind of potato quality video, but this is like a Venom Thrope that I'm kind of doing a similar thing. There's basically like 3 spots where they have the smokestacks that normally go on, but you can kind of sculpt over them pretty quickly. I put in these little like flight drone wings on it.
Mhm.
I like the look of it, but yeah, this is like 90% of the Venom Thrope model. So
What did you do for the chess piece?
this one I may have used blue stuff press mold. Because it's a very simple chess piece. I don't know that if it's gonna cap. No, it's really not gonna go up on that video whatsoever. Yeah, whatever. Um, the trick is finding a tail part, because finding one that kind of like looks nice and is scaled is kind of a pain. Although, what was it? I believe I discovered that the and this is going to be controversial since this kit's so difficult to get. The back end tail of the new Biovore kit is actually pretty good if you want like a little wasp
Oh,
looking
nice.
pyramid.
I dig.
Yeah, I need to play around with that a bit, but
if you can find a Biovore.
yeah. Like I, in theory, ordered some more, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I ordered them, they're already like back ordered.
Oh man.
So we'll see if that goes.
Mm,
I love the Biovore
mean-
model, but I'm glad that I'm not like hurting for one right now because I think it would drive me mad.
Yeah, I bought them mostly because I'm like I have, you know, some disposable income at hand, and I was like, I saw it available. I'm like, I'm just ordering it now.
Yep. You can put it in the vault. Get back to it later. At least you have
Pretty
one.
Well, I mean, sort of. Like I had like
Well,
they have
hopefully you get one, but
I think I ordered it last week, and I've still gotten no indication that this thing is being shipped anytime soon. So
you
it's
didn't even
like,
get a
well.
confirmation for your order?
Oh, I got the confirmation for the order, but like, we got your order. And I'm like, okay, and they're like,
We got your order.
yeah, pretty much. So it's like, okay, well, they got my order, so they don't send it to me.
Oh.
I can complain.
I just checked my Melantrope and to get real quick back to the Venom trope, and I used the front chest piece of a warrior to replace the chest piece. Those fit as well. So
Yeah,
just
if you have
wanted to
extra
say that.
warrior chess pieces, like that's the way to go. But I don't know that a lot of like I have a lot of those, but I don't know that a lot of people have
I'm
those.
kind of impressed that that chess piece is like small enough. I thought that like the Venom throat like torso was
It will ride proud on it a little bit, but it's not a problem for the general aesthetic of the model. I mean, the other is the Venom trope, zoanthrope chess piece is smaller, definitely, and it fits snugly into the thing, but you can put the warrior chess piece proud on top. And you'll get a slightly bulkier creature out of it. And you have to remove the neck spawn, whatever the thing is called where you slot in the head.
Oh, the neck?
That away.
the neck.
Yeah, it's not a neck. It's supposed to be a neck, but it doesn't. It's like it's the thing with the ball, so you can pose the head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a proper neck in that sense. It's more a throat and the
Stump.
connector. Yeah.
Slapping the head on.
Donald or Muju joined us and says, "Hey gang."
Oh, hey, buddy.
And
Thanks for joining us.
He thanks you for the hookup with Blitz Monster.
Oh, sweet. Okay, that's Ghoul from the Discord.
Oh.
Sweet. I'm glad that he was able to help you because I didn't know if he could still get the Von Ryan's Leapers. But yeah, if you're looking for Von Ryan's Leapers and you don't want to pay Games Workshop prices, check out Bits Monster on Instagram because he splits boxes, and that's how I got all my Von Ryan's Leapers.
But I mean, you don't want to pay the $60 US, $70 Canadian for that Psychophage?
Good lord. Can we talk about that? Wait, how come, was that not available yet? I thought that came out with all the other ones, but it didn't?
I think they like announced the box, but I don't think they had like released it. All I know is that the guys at my local game shop recently posted up the pricing of they posted up on the Discord that I'm in their the pricing of like the new stuff that's coming out, and just said 60 US, 70 Canadian. I'm like, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, that is definitely a price you could charge for that.
That is the price you could charge for that model. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like of the entire new Tyranid line that came out from June through to September. My least favorite model overall is the Psychophage. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, it's got some cool bits that I can probably use for other stuff, but I don't feel the need. I definitely don't want to field one stock because I don't love how it goes together. And I think it does some weird things, like the armor plates are weird for a Tyranid. But I understand other people like it, but I don't know, man. I got a bunch of them real cheap, and I don't think I ever need to buy any more.
I absolutely agree with you. Except the one I like the least is the Winged Hive Tyrant.
Oh, the Wing Prime?
Prime, yes. Don't tell Flynn.
I didn't mind it too much. I think it's fine.
It does nothing for me.
Right.
Even after all the cool stuff we showed you to do with its wing arms, you still dislike it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the wing arms. I mean, that's the main reason why I don't like it, because I don't like the arms. So
there. I only like it as a conversion piece for other things.
Yeah,
like, it's a fine warrior. It's like a good, like, revised warrior, like Tyranid warrior.
Yeah, the back piece looks the smokestacks look nice. That's about the only part of that model where I would say, yeah, that's a part I would like on other models.
It's also another one of those models that you could get for like so cheap they were practically giving it away after Leviathan launched.
Yeah.
Man, I was assuming that they were gonna like repackage it and like do an upcharge on it. I managed to pick up like 4 of them fairly cheaply on eBay like a month or two ago. I don't have any plans for them right now, but I know I will use them at some point, and might as well get them while for GW.
Will, why stop at 4 when you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not to include the like 2 or 3 that I've already converted into other things. You have a whole army of winged primes. Then again, I might have a problem. But they were so cheap. It was like $10 each.
Yeah, I couldn't find it for quite that cheap. I probably would have gotten more had that been the case, but you can get it for pretty good prices.
Yep.
Or at least currently.
Speaking of having gotten more, I don't understand why we have a winged prime and no winged warriors.
They're coming.
Just to taunt Flynn.
Yeah, true. They'll show up eventually.
I mean, mostly it was just kind of weird for them to release it and then just have like really remarkably lackluster rules for it.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at the rules really.
Yeah, I think the problem is like they're set. There's no like customability.
Well, like you just get the Scything Talons, that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
mean.
And just like, oh. Which is very boring, but what do I know? I hardly play the game.
Work. Oh. Let's see.
Donald asks if we think there will be a wave 2 of NIDS.
I think.
I hope so.
Wait, we already like okay, let's be fair. We got a wave 2. Like we got I would say wave 1 was Leviathan and wave 2 was the like stuff that came out of like the victory at with the Ogrim. We already got a lot more Tyranids than I was expecting. So kudos on that, but like a subsequent wave. Let's see. What do you think? So you hope so.
I mean, I count what we got as one wave,
Yeah.
and I expect a second one.
Okay.
I think the winged Tyranid Prime is a good indicator that we will be getting new warriors.
Yeah.
Because of the difference in design aesthetic in both of them. So
Yep.
I think there
that's
at
a good
least
bet.
will be a new warrior box somewhere.
Yep, I agree.
And I suspect we might also get new not Malentrop, the brain thingy with the tentacle, the double box with
Really?
tentacles.
You think they're gonna redo the Malceptor and the Toxicrene?
Yeah, I think we'll be getting new ones of those because nobody likes them, and so far I feel like they're filling the roster with stuff we've been missing or that wasn't well received by people. At least that's my.
What's an example of something that wasn't well received by people that they've done recently? I can't think of something.
Stutzbohr mines, the
Biowar?
Biowar? Yeah, the Biowar.
See, I don't know that was because it was not well received. The Biowar, they hadn't updated that model in years.
Yeah, and everybody was making fun of it, and everybody was looking for conversion models, ways to convert them.
I don't believe that
At
Games
least...
Workshop gives a crap what we think. Like, I think it's just literally an issue that it was a fine cast model. It had been in the line for maybe like a decade without getting updated, and that's why they updated it. Whereas the Malceptor is like more recent, right?
Hi, Darth Bob.
Hello.
Howdy.
What up?
It is I.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
You think we're going to get a new Malceptor model?
Do I think we are going to get a new Malceptor model? Which one is that? Is that the
Tentacle Boy? Big Tentacle Boy.
Centaur Brain Boy.
And Maleceptor.
Oh, that one. Okay. I hope so, because I hate that model.
Yeah, so do we all.
That was my point.
Well, what we're trying to establish here is that I don't think the Games Workshop gives a shit if we hate the model.
I agree. They wouldn't have released the entire line of Chaos Dinobots if that was the case.
Chaos Dinobots?
The dragon thing, and the other two that came
They're kind of fun.
They're kind of stupid.
In a fun way, aren't they?
Okay.
Why wouldn't they have released
They got some good bits. I'll give them that, I guess.
Why wouldn't they have released those?
He said because they're ugly, is what he's saying.
I mean, yeah, but we only knew they were ugly after they showcased them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
exactly.
It's just we've seen what they can do. We've seen what they can do with like chaos, like like chaos constructs, and we know they can do better than that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I just always hated the Dinobots.
I never thought they were.
I maintained that they should just hire Box.
It's a box? Yeah.
Yep.
They should just hire him for a number of things.
I mean, I partially agree about Games Workshop not caring what we think about things, but I think very much that they will definitely look at places like Reddit and stuff like that, and seeing where the community
Really?
is at.
Oh, I do not think so. I would be shocked if they look at Reddit.
Reddit is not a place that anybody should be looking at. Okay.
In general,
it's the biggest community for Tyranids that I'm aware of.
Yeah, but I don't think Games Workshop gives a crap. Like
I mean, I believe Games Workshop has some marketing guy somewhere that's making decisions. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they are necessarily good decisions, but I would expect that he's someone in that position that's getting tasked with, hey, we need to update, we need something for the Tyranids or something. We need something new. That he will be going to the community and look into what are people converting, what's in, what's trending.
Okay, so I think that that's a very noble view of things, but from what we've seen about Games Workshop, like not really engaging with the external community, and like even to the point where they used to tell their staff not to go on forums and not to look at that stuff, I would be shocked if they were actually, and like also I think they're probably really paranoid about IP, and I don't know that they would want to like go and be influenced by people converting stuff. I think that they have like a pipeline that they're working with, and that it's very separated from reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're sending their people, that their artists there. I'm saying whoever
Marketing guy?
is doing the planning decisions is going there, looking at it. Where is the community at? What could we sell to them? And then make a very cynical decision about, oh, look at them. They're converting this model, this model, this model. There's demand for such a model. And to this, I'm going to write an order and say, "Hey, art, I want a new model for this."
Weren't Tyranids like competitive for like 2 editions, and we didn't see new models until the edition after that?
I wouldn't even say 2 editions.
Tyranids haven't really, at least as far as I know, really been competitive. Since 5th edition more or less destroyed them. They wrecked everything up to 4th edition, and then they got the big nerf hammer, and they've been on the recovery ever since, with some brief spurts of oh, they're viable again.
Okay.
Man, I imagine this
At least that's my
marketing guy.
understanding.
I imagine this marketing guy is the same guy that's like, you know what? People definitely want to pay $60 for the psychophage model.
Yep. I totally.
Well, the same guy that that decided, oh yeah, people will rebuy the Battle for McCrag for $375,000.
God, forgot
Oh
about that.
no! Oh, the battle for fucking McCrag. We didn't get to talk about that on stream.
Not gonna lie, I was very tempted to buy it, but not for like just because it actually was cheaper to buy that than it was to buy the Fallen Aquila Lander terrain.
Was it still, even with their ridiculous pricing, it was still cheaper?
Like arbitrarily maybe more expensive to buy the new kit, like maybe you're spending an extra $10-15, but I think, you know, what you get extra was worth it. I don't know how the prices are going to change after the after we get the made to order, because I imagine some people bought the made to order one to resell, but be interesting to see.
So, in case you missed my rant, how I feel about Games Workshop re-releasing Battle for McCrag, I'm pissed that they re-released it without like the good stuff, like the that Tyranid Hive node.
Oh yeah, I was annoyed by that too.
Like they released it and they're like, oh, you don't get this cool Tyranid piece of scenery. We're just going to double up this other Tyranid frame in there. And then they don't have any of the books with it. And it's just like the models, the Gaunts and Gene Stealers in that box were on store shelves in May.
Yeah, like that's my issue. Like with the Dark Eldar, the 3rd edition box, I think was Dark Eldar and Black Templar that they did, I think last year. Like at least those Dark Eldar models have not been available for like
since
almost a decade.
2010,
over a decade.
2011.
Absolutely awful.
What's that?
Those are awful Dark Eldar models.
They're
not. I love them.
No,
I love them.
Okay,
I think they're great.
Will, did you ever collect Dark Eldar?
No.
As someone who collected Dark Eldar, there's a soft spot in my heart for those models.
I like the helmets. I actually kind of prefer the helmet design to the just like basically chaosified Craft World Eldar.
Yeah, those
were just like, let's take the normal Craft World designs and just add like trim and spikes to them.
There's some admirable bits to that. I don't know. I don't love that. I have a like sprues of 20 of them that I just sitting in a bag here that I don't know what to do with. but they still hold a fond place in my heart.
So I may have missed it. What is everybody working on?
I'm working on some Standagants using Leviathan Termagants.
Oh, fun.
Various sculpting projects.
Ah, yes. I am working on my Orc War Boss.
Kajan, are you working on something right now?
No, not right now. I'm
Okay.
just watching chat.
Thank you. What's going on in the chat?
Well, chat agreed with the psychophage price being insane.
Good.
And
We'd have to ban people if they're like, "This is a reasonable price."
Get out! Shit. Ah, crap.
Dool said he just finished painting his and he lost it. His
yeah.
Psychophage.
His Psychophage is amazing. It's like super grimdark color scheme. Very nice.
And Mall Ninja agrees with you on the what was the I'm not good with names tonight. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
The thing we just talked about.
Maliceptor?
Not Maliceptor. Before that, the one thing we all agree on we don't like.
Was it Psychophage? No.
The Battle for McCrack?
Oh, the Maliceptor?
Was it
Maliceptor that we
It
don't
was the
like?
Maliceptor, wasn't it?
Yeah, we talked about before that. We said we all. I said I didn't like the Winged Prime and the Psychophage. I guess.
Oh, I love the Wing Prime, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah, we've been over that. I also love the Wing Prime. Not in the way that it is in the box, but I think it's got potential from a warrior perspective.
Oh, real quick, while we're on the topic of really expensive Games Workshop models and other assorted GW bullshit, there's a guy I follow on Instagram called Citizen Karn, and he's been posting stories of him assembling the new Fulgrim, the Demon Fulgrim.
Oh yeah.
Which is a beautiful model. An insanely expensive, beautiful model.
And Forge World.
Yep.
Yeah. And I saw something very interesting in his stories. There are fucking 3D print lines on the Forge World model.
No, are you kidding?
Yes.
Come on.
And I did a little more digging, and apparently this isn't uncommon in more current Forge World kits to have fucking 3D print lines that got transferred over from the Resin Masters.
Uh-oh.
And we're paying how much money for these models?
Really? Come on.
I will hold on, let me see if I can
Wow.
if the story's still up. I'll see if I can find the picture.
That is rough.
It's not still up, but I was blown away. And I would talk to him about it, and he said, yeah, because he had some on his Derdeo Dreadnought as well.
Wait, the plastic?
Like, no, the
Forge World?
old old Forge World one.
Wow.
That's just mind-boggling to me.
That hurts.
New fear unlocked.
New fear unlocked?
Yeah. Buy $100 Forge World model and it's covered.
100? You getting a discount?
Yeah, well.
What are you buying from Forge World for $100, buddy?
A single Necromunda model.
There you go.
A Necromunda character, bounty hunter, 28mm model for $105.
No, is it
with
actually?
shipping?
Are you joking?
No, I mean maybe there might be one. I don't know. The Primarchs are ridiculously overpriced for the amount of actual resin included in them, but they kind of bolster them with how much resin they pour into the giant tactical rocks. Freaking Perturbo has an entire knight. He's just standing on a knight torso.
Darth Bob, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
People complain about tactical rocks all the time. The Primarchs are the absolute worst example of tactical rocks. Yeah. The only one who's like acceptable, I think, is Horus's, because Horus's is pretty cool.
It's like a staircase. Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, with the
Wait,
eagle.
isn't
That one's cool.
what's his name? Is it Robot Girly Man who has like the weird like Roman kind of thing behind him?
Yeah, that one's kind of cool. There are a number of them though that are just like, it's very clear they were trying to pad the price, or they had no idea what they wanted to put on them.
Yeah.
I think probably Mortarion and Perdurabo are probably the worst ones.
I can't even picture Mortarion's one.
He just looks like he's standing in the middle of like a I don't know, a sewer plant or something.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of is fitting, but
Still.
yeah, exactly.
God bless the new age, huh?
I made my Gaunt's neck too long. Now I need to fix it.
Still, it's a bit concerning that they would leave the print lines on it when they're using it as a master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find one of the Reddit posts that had a bunch of people complaining about it. It was one of the Alpha Legion models. Here it is. Look at this.
Where are you putting
We
this?
wanted to show this on stream. Look at this. I was like, I was
You
shocked.
put it in the chat?
I'm gonna put it in.
Oh wait, I don't know if I
Oh,
made
the
you
YouTube
a...
chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I need to make you an admin or something.
I think I'm a mod.
Hope so.
I am a mod.
If not,
but
you can
it's
just
not
post
letting
and
me...
say yo, and I'll make you a mod.
There we go. Yeah, I'm a mod. There we go.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Why?
Like, look
Let's
at that.
see. Let's see.
Oh god.
Oh, this is a Forge World resin?
Yeah.
That's
No, come on.
that's pretty
kidding?
intense.
No, this is someone 3D printed this model. And they just tried.
They posted the receipts. Figuratively speaking, they posted like the picture of like their bat. You know how Forge World's been putting like the little like quality checked by whoever, and they put the little signature thing.
Oh my god, this is not. Okay.
And there were a lot of people
That's
in the
not
thread
acceptable.
also commenting that they've gotten like, there was somebody saying they got the Dark Angels Terminators that had the same thing. I mean, I visibly saw, it wasn't quite this bad, but like in Citizen Karn's stories, I saw what I thought were print lines, and I asked him, he was like, "Yep." It's just like,
wow.
and that model is like insanely expensive. It's $270 US.
Yep.
I mean, what are they printing these things on? On $100 printer?
Well, no, it's not quite that obvious, but it's bad. And I'm honestly, it makes me like, when I see it on the model here, I'm like, wait, was this model printed?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
It looks like this model was printed. It doesn't look like they cast a printed model and then they preserve the lines. Like, this looks like a print.
Yep.
My question is, like,
Um,
if it was cast from a resin master that was printed, which they are, we know that for a fact because they've even outright stated that they do that.
Yeah.
Why would you not clean up the master before taking it to cast?
Yep. Good question. Well, good thing I never buy Forge World.
Sounds like time and money that people working at Forge World probably don't have.
Yeah.
You're saying it's not that bad, but I just
I didn't say it's not that bad. Did I say that?
Yeah, you kind of just did. It's not that bad for. I said it's a $100 printer, and you said it's not that bad. But
Oh no, I mean, like, if it was $100 printer, they would be more visible than this.
They are really visible. That's the point. I just I opened the picture in the size they took the picture on, not just screen size.
Yeah.
Basically zoomed in, and it's egregious.
It is bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, what I will say is that Citizen Karn's experience, at least with his Derdeo, Once he applied like a base coat and the primer and everything, you couldn't see him anymore. I don't know that, at least on that model that I posted in the chat,
Yeah.
I don't see a layer of paint covering that up. But
No.
maybe it's just the photography making them look more obvious than they actually are in
Maybe.
person. I don't know.
Because they look pretty bad.
The
mean-
most recent Forge World models I got were like old digital sculpting models.
I mean, just
So-
look at the cowl where the head rests on. The edge is jagged. It's not a round edge. It's jagged.
I couldn't see that not getting picked up by dry brushing,
Yeah.
especially on something as smooth as like an armor plate on a Space Marine.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's I'll stop complaining about GW for the day. I feel like I've done
Well,
enough
I think that
week.
this one's valid. Definitely. So
You are in a safe space. You can complain about it.
But yeah, that was my little horrific hobby discovery of the week.
that is
I thought I
horrific.
would share
Thank
with the
you for
class.
sharing. I think we are all
I mean,
horrified.
I suddenly feel a lot less bad about people making their own molds of that stuff.
Yeah, because they'll probably clean it up.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I remember hearing stories about people who got like the China Forge Hierophant model, and like whoever cast them like actually put like metal rods like for the legs and stuff for like support structures and stuff that like Forge World definitely doesn't do. It's like, wow, you guys did like you guys like did a much better job with this than like Forge World did.
They got it. They recast it. Like, we can't sell this shit. We need to improve on it.
I mean, to be fair, I imagine like a piece of wire is probably cheaper than like selling the equivalent volume with resin as well. But like you get this weird side benefit that's like it's structurally more sound and less likely to just like shatter on you.
Yeah, I guess it
Does
can
anybody know
also.
if the Harridan has that problem with the wings?
If
I
they're,
got a Harridan for Christmas, but I haven't built it yet.
oh, if they're using like cheaper resin, it might also be that. Like they might have to reinforce it for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and yet it's just like, especially given like how much weight those legs are like holding up, it's like, yeah, you know what? That seems like a good trade-off.
Does anybody remember the old Armor Cast Phantom Titan?
Yep.
The old
Yes.
Phantom Titan?
Yep.
That model has the same problem with the legs.
Yeah.
Bowing.
Yeah.
You see a lot of them if you see them like secondhand on eBay and they're already assembled, you'll see they tend to have a lot of kind of bow-leggedness because they didn't reinforce the leg joints.
Dang.
Maybe that's just how, old school Eldar were.
Yeah.
Bow-legged.
Chat is appalled by that picture.
As they should be. Good work, chat.
And James Mahood said, I have received 3D prints with better print lines.
Exactly. Christ, I got that that scout from Stephen May Miniatures for his like Kickstarter.
I don't get me started on that guy.
There were no print lines. There was nothing.
How is that Kickstarter going, by the way? You know what? No, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it.
Somebody
Will
got
knows
burned.
what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh shit! Somebody got burned.
Not getting into it.
Like 2 Kickstarters worth of people got burned.
Oh fuck! Okay, have I screwed up?
No, you're fine.
Well, I don't know because I backed it. I backed it.
I'm not trying to put the guy on blast on a public stream, but yeah, I mean, let's just say I have some grievances with the way that Steven has been handling some of his Kickstarters.
Well,
so I'm hoping you're having a positive experience thus far.
I haven't though. Like I haven't had any experience. He just sent me a free model. I haven't gotten anything I paid for yet.
It's
funny, neither have I.
Public stream. I mean, we are all friends here. I mean, it's just us and
howling into the void.
11 people watching, and so it's not really a public
11 people watching?
stream.
I know, eh? Huge, eh? Thank you, 11 people.
Well, Steven, okay, I'll just say it. Steve is a good guy. He's a good guy. I think he means well. I think he bit off a bit more than he could chew, and there has been some major fulfillment issues with the last Kickstarter he did, and it's kind of a case where he keeps saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna ship this week. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be in the office tomorrow. I'll send you, shipping information. Blah 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 blah." And it's like this stuff was supposed to have shipped in October, and it's frustrating. I know for me and a lot of people who are part of the Kickstarter, just because it feels like the goalposts keep shifting, and it's like you have time to start a third Kickstarter and send a bunch of people free models, but you don't have time to send people the models they paid for in your last Kickstarter. Or if I'm reading some of the other comments correctly, the Kickstarter before this one.
Oh fuck.
So, I don't think he I think he means well. 'Cause I know some people have gotten their models from this Kickstarter, but it's just
The one that you
it's
did.
been a frustrating
The one that you
process,
backed.
and
Some people got it from the ones that you backed.
Yeah, so I've seen some people post the models from this Kickstarter, but it just seems like it's like a very small selection of people, and I think it's just a case that he bit off more than he could chew, and he's just scrambling to get stuff together, and that's okay. I get it, but I just wish that he would be a little more transparent with relaying that
you would also hope that he gets one Kickstarter fully shipped out before he launches another one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And
But
that's
he
kind of
money?
where my frustration lay. It's like I saw people like you and others getting these freebie models to promote his next Kickstarter when he hasn't shipped or delivered on the last two Kickstarters. And it's kind of like,
okay,
hey, Steven, like, and I think he's very talented, and I don't think he means to screw people over. I just I just I just wish he would kind of think about the optics of that whole situation.
Yeah, rightfully so. I get it. And I a part of me wishes I knew that before I backed this Kickstarter, because I don't know if I'm ever going to see any models.
Yeah, I hope it delivers, because like last time it was like, oh yeah, they're shipping in October, and then 2 months went by, and it was like people asking if we could even get shipping confirmations, and if we could, and then it was if we could get tracking, and then he said stuff like a shipment got lost on Black Friday with a bunch of packages, and then he said, I'm going to send out DHL overnight packages so people can get it by Christmas. Great. Followed up with them about that. That never materialized. And then all of a sudden, early January, the shipment that got lost magically reappeared, and now he's saying he's going through and shipping stuff out, and he's making posts like, I believe everybody in the UK has now had their package shipped and should have received their packages, and then you got a bunch of people from the UK commenting in the Kickstarter chat saying, hey, I still haven't gotten my stuff or a shipping confirmation.
Okay.
So it's just like, it just feels like he's not managing it very well, and I think he needs help. But I don't know. I know a lot of people, and Steven, if you are listening, my recommendation to you would be next Kickstarter, you need to hire a third party to take care of the shipping, because it's clear that because he basically said he's basically doing everything on his own.
Yeah,
and I can understand that
that's
could be
not
a little overwhelming. But maybe don't start 3 Kickstarters if you can't even manage the first one by yourself.
yeah.
That's and I really like Steven. I think he's a really good guy, and he has been like very like, he's offered to like, refund me and also send the shipping anyways when the shipment anyways when he gets it. And I was like, you don't have to like do all that. Like I just want what I paid for,
Yeah.
And I appreciate the sentiment. So like, this isn't me trying to badmouth Steven. It's just, I guess maybe a PSA if you are planning on backing a future Dead Earth Miniatures Kickstarter, just keep in mind that this has been my personal experience and the experience of a number of other people in the Kickstarter, and I was only involved in the second one, which was for the Piscayan,
Yeah, the
it's
fish
supposed to be
dude.
like the fish dude, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's that.
Shit. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that, and I am dreading that I may be dealing with similar with the backing the scout thing.
Well, I'm hoping he'll have sorted everything out by then. It's my hope. It's just my main issue isn't even that it's taking a long time. Like, I'm used to Kickstarters that take
so
longer than
it
the
is
predicted time.
yeah. It is the case that when he posted it, he said that they were going to ship in March, and he's posting this Kickstarter in like December. I'm like, I don't expect that these models are actually going to ship in March. If the Kickstarter is finishing in like, I guess it was the end of November. I was like, that seems really soon.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I have no problem if it was like, oh, it's taking longer than I expected. But I wish he would just say that, and it wouldn't be like, oh, they're going to ship next week. Oh, just kidding. They're going to ship next week. Oh, they're going to ship next week. Oh, they're going to ship next week. Oh, I'll be in the office, Tuesday, and I'll let you know. Tuesday comes. I message him again 3 days later. Hey, what's the deal? Oh, I'll be in the office Sunday. Like, it's just like, it feels like the goalposts keep moving,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, where a lot of people's, including mine's, frustration is stemming from with this whole thing.
Yeah.
As somebody who has witnessed a lot of different people over the years, back in my kind of forum mod days, yeah, this kind of snowball effect of people kind of taking on too much, probably a little bit too much more than they can really chew, and then panicking a bit. And like, I think there's a natural inclination to want to tell people, it's like, oh, like, don't worry, like, I'm on it, I'm gonna make this right, like, and then just having some reason why. uh I think some people just kind of default to that, whereas like just straight kind of transparency of like, yeah, like, sorry, I'm so sorry, I bit off more than I could chew, I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah. And
No.
like, dude, I get behind too. Like, I'm behind right now on some stuff. And
No.
that's mostly because I've been spending a lot of
Hey,
time dealing with dad shit over the last 2 months.
where's that red dragon going?
Right here. Number 1 on the list.
Hey, don't take your time. I got other stuff to work on.
There you
anyways.
go. There you go. Look at this guy. He's telling me I'm fine. Actually, I think I missed a bunch of stuff on this list, but I don't know. Yeah, but like, I'm supposed to be doing this like Book of Grudges thing right now, and it was supposed to be done at the end of November, and then it lapsed, and then I was hoping for the end of December, and then that didn't
Book of
work.
Grudges.
So now I got to get on it.
Book of Grudges.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the list. Okay, yeah, it just showed up on the stream for me. So. Oh wow, yeah, that is a lot.
I feel like people don't know about my Book of Grudges thing. Here's the Book of Grudges.
I mean, it's mine's pretty significant too if I actually put it to a list.
So this is an actual life-size Book of Grudges that I'm working on with Miniature Spencer. It's a commission. And yeah, Miniature Spencer did all the cool design and all the cool laser cutting, and now I just have to friggin' paint the damn thing.
Oh, that looks really cool.
That does look very cool.
Thanks. Pretty happy with how it's turning out. Although I wanted to go hog on the verdigris, and the client was like, "Yeah, can you dial that back a bit? It doesn't look realistic." I'm like, "Damn."
Needs more like true dwarf beer.
That's a test.
Like,
that's a test piece. So that's not what the actual piece is going to be better. But yeah.
If you know anybody with like a orange cat that sheds a lot, that you can just like douse over it.
Oh, put some purple beard hairs, some orange beard hairs in there.
Yeah,
I like that.
I can send you some of mine. I got plenty of orange cat hair floating around this house.
Great. No, when I was reading Lord of the Rings, I was seriously picturing slayers. Like Gimli was a slayer. Because Games Workshop taught me that's what dwarves look like.
He's a little too like with it to be a Slayer.
I don't know.
It's true. Slayers are a little nutty.
Which reminds me, the old world. I'm pretty hyped.
Oh, are we talking
I would be
old
more
world?
hype if like they were bringing back all the factions.
Wow. Yeah, like it is a pity that they are like excluding so many of the fantasy factions, but uh, like back in what the late aughties, I was like really into fantasy battles, and like some of my old high elves were like some of my first conversions. So uh yeah, I miss the good old days of fantasy battles.
I'm just disappointed that like so many of the factions that aren't being like supported and brought back are like the ones that always interested me the most. Like
Damn.
Vampire Counts and Lizardmen and Skaven.
Well, but isn't it the case that they don't need to bring them back because those guys are getting like new models now?
Yeah, but like it's also like the rules support. They're like just bringing out like base rules and then they're not gonna support or update or FAQ any of the older factions. So like, you know, maybe they'll be balanced at release, but after that it's just gonna be like they're gonna kind of fall by the wayside.
Okay.
I'm mostly kind of offended by the like here's these old Tomb King chariots and like Bretonnian like peasants, and the Bretonnian ones are kind of particularly bad because they're like a particularly older set of models, except for with the exception of like their Pegasus Knights and stuff. And then they're like, these are like 20-year-old sculpts. We're gonna charge you 2023 prices for this.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
Well, look at Battle for McCrag, you know. That's they
There you
don't care
go.
about that.
Full
Again,
circle.
same dude who's like Psychophage,
Yeah,
$60,
same guy.
definitely.
No, I think the
That-
Psychophage
that
pricing
fucking
comes
guy.
from them wanting the Combat Patrol to look like a deal. They're like, how can we price this ridiculously to encourage people to buy it all in that big box?
That's probably accurate.
I mean, probably, but at the same time, from a standpoint of like, this is an ugly model. Like, as a whole, obviously, I think we all have like, with the Psychophages, like, parts of it are great. Like, it is a great thing to cannibalize for
Yeah.
parts for other
Agreed.
projects.
Agreed.
Like, I definitely find myself like, if I'm trying to like design something, just like, you know what, this bit from the Psychophage is really cool to use, so I'm gonna just kind of like doodle that in
Yep.
as like part of the concept. But yeah, like, and I get it, sort of premised on like just the size of the kit, but it's ugly.
Yeah.
I feel like I really missed the boat on buying a lot of the Leviathan Tyranids.
Contact Bits Monster, man, on Instagram. He might be able to hook you up still. Literally just sent someone to him for Von Rein's Leapers, and he was able to get them. Well, Ghoul's in the chat. Ghoul, were you able to get Von Rein's Leapers? Was it too late?
Yeah, he didn't he earlier.
He said thanks for
thank
the
you
hookup,
it?
but I don't know if he actually got anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Or like if he was able to get it. So, Ghoul, if you're still around, let us know if you're able to get
yeah,
stuff.
he's still around.
Okay.
While we are basically at the chat and waiting for Google to reply, Electro Dust Bunny joined us.
Oh, hey.
And said hello.
Hello.
And Tom Kelly joined us.
Tom Petty?
Said Tom Kelly, yes.
Tom Petty from the grave.
And the Heartbreakers?
Not Petty, Kelly.
Oh, okay.
I thought he said
Kelly.
Tom Petty too. I was like, Tom Petty?
He's back. He loves Tyranids. He loves
He's back.
Xenos. He's a big fan.
I mean,
Tom Petty, friend of the stream.
as an
You wanted to-
aside, there's probably
Tom Petty
more
joined
than
in
one
to
Tom
say that
Petty
he
in
loves
the
the
world.
Psychophage.
Tom Petty loves the Psychophage. We got to revise our... Sorry, what was that, Kajan?
I just said there's probably more than one Tom Petty in the...
Yeah, but it's more fun this way.
And but Tom Kelly said he's sitting down to paint some minis.
Cool.
We are
Nice.
talking.
Nice.
While we're talking about it, and Mall Ninja said he's still waiting on minis for the damned campaign, but they are good about updates.
Oh, sounds like a
who knows?
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Minis for the Damned.
And Ghoul just replied he said he could get them.
Sweet. Happy to hear it.
The
Yeah, I got like a lot of Leviathan stuff through Bits Monster. So check out Bits Monster. And if you do check
I've
out
tried
Bits
to use
Monster,
Fenris Games, but they don't ship GW stuff to the US.
so Fenris, they will ship you used Games Workshop stuff. They say that they can't ship new Games Workshop stuff to the US, but a couple of people in the US have successfully bought new Games Workshop stuff from Fenris. I don't know if they're using IP stuff or what their deal is, but I'm pretty sure that
Surely they
Metalbeard.
figure it out when they ship it. No.
Okay, hear me out here.
Metalbeard successfully got Fenris stuff shipped to him in Seattle.
Weird.
I don't know
Okay,
how.
hear me out. Hear me out here. Maybe if you tell them, like, can you just like open the stuff, touch them, and just like rifle around like the bits?
Can you just like lick them a bit and
Yeah.
then send them to me?
Lawyer?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Is it like one of those restrictions that GW places
Yes.
on retailers or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
probably.
God.
Like I remember, some friends and I were ordering from. I don't even remember what store it was, but it was a UK based store. So they
Element?
were like UK price. I don't remember, and I'm
Yeah.
probably I don't really want to. Even if I remember like fully, I don't want to name it.
Yeah.
Retroactively get them in trouble, but they like my friends and I had definitely gotten some group orders in through them where it was just like even with the international shipping, we were still paying less overall.
Oh yeah, there was
And,
that time
yeah.
when like the Games Workshop UK prices were so much cheaper than everywhere else. I remember that.
Still is.
Oh yeah,
Still?
like it was like right after it's like that brief moment right after Brexit happened and the pound.
I was thinking earlier than that.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like right around the time Brexit happened, or maybe there was a different time too. But right around when
before
Brexit happened and the pound tanked, Games Workshop, or at least Forge World, I know. Maybe it's Forge World I'm thinking of, because Forge World still used
UK prices?
pounds.
Yeah.
They still used the UK prices, so all of the prices of their models were based on whatever the conversion rate was of from dollars to or whatever currency you're using to pounds, and they put a stop to that. I think within like a couple weeks, unfortunately.
I mean, before Brexit, it was always great to shop from England, at least for us Germans, since they were in the toll union, so you would get your stuff toll free, but you would be paying pounds, so the conversion was always in your favor.
Yep.
It was a great time.
I didn't realize I was on camera.
Ghoul just said that Bits Monster said he's getting lots of new Leviathan boxes.
Oh sweet.
nice.
Yeah, he's got a hookup. There you go. And like seriously, Darth Bob, he's in Northern Ireland. He shipped to Canada. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, cool.
I didn't pay duty either. I don't know why.
Also, Electro Dust Bunny, I guess we apologize because Electro Dust Bunny says that they love the cyclophage.
Oh,
and we've been just
well, they just joined us. Maybe they missed the part where we said it's the worst model in the world.
Well, that's not true. It's not the worst model in the world. I still think the Maliceptor is
Yeah, the Maliceptor is the worst model in the world. You're right. I would rather have
I
a
think the
cyclophage than a
Toxicrene is worse
Maliceptor.
personally, but
What?
I think the Toxicrene is worse of the two. But
I don't really distinguish between the two
No.
since it's
That's
like the
fair.
same kit. That kit sucks.
It's one big bag of poor.
There's a reason why I turned mine into like a space squid. So realized like after the fact I probably had like much better ways of executing the whole thing.
the kit is extremely limited by trying to be a dual kit, and somehow it fails at being both of the models. It tries
That's
to
a
be
good way to
dual kit for.
describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an accurate description. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it has redeeming qualities, unlike the Melanthrope. That model does absolutely nothing for me.
Oh, you really don't like the... So, I don't love the Malanthrope, but I can respect that other people... I'm not... Wait, okay. I respect that other people like the Malanthrope. I didn't need one in my life. So I can empathize with you, Kajan, a bit on it, like, doing nothing for you, because it doesn't do anything for me, but I still wouldn't. I'd still say that it's a well. To me, it's a well done model. It just doesn't speak to me.
Oh, I love the Malthor,
Yeah.
but I have a soft spot for tentacles. So
For what?
tentacles.
I feel like most Tyranid players must have a soft spot for tentacles.
Yeah, especially tentacle faces.
Oh no! Electro Dust Bunny also lost a Maliceptor. We're so sorry.
Oh no, Electro Dust Bunny, you got to work on your taste there, bud.
Oh, and
Sounds like a
Ghouls-
skill gap.
Wish you weren't so bloody awkward there, bud. That's a Letterkenny reference.
And Ghoul is pleading with us to stop hating on his poor baby psychophage.
Listen,
No.
Ghoul. Okay, listen. Ghoul
Baby is
Psychophage is one of the
ugly.
best psychophages I've seen out there. That is some damn fine paint job on a subpar model.
Bull's
A for effort.
Psychophage painting is definitely A+.
What's that?
His painted Psychophage is lovely. Very lovely.
Yes. It's like you can make art out of trash, you know?
Yeah, look at Bill making stuff.
It's like the best psychophage we have seen. Just like the last Ghostbusters movie was the best Ghostbusters movie in the last 10
Hey,
years.
that psychophage has a great personality.
And yet somehow our number of viewers hasn't gone down. That's amazing.
So no one's
It
holding
has
it against us that we
actually
don't like
gone
the psychophage?
It has actually gone up. We have 15 people watching now.
Oh, it's because we're spitting pure fire about the psychophage. People are like,
guys,
damn,
just keep slacking on every other model.
I'm here for the drama.
I said we need to be more controversial.
Okay, so let's kind of try to celebrate something. Like what's one thing you really love about the Maliceptor Toxicrene kit? You have to pick one thing you really love about it.
I don't own one.
No, oh god damn it. Okay, you need to identify a component of the model that you think is useful.
The brains.
Okay, there we go. Darth Bob says the brains. Will?
Honestly, like the large, like brainy, like chunk that kind of ends up being part head, part back of the Maliceptor, I think is a great bit, just not how they did it.
Yeah. Right? Kajan.
Oh, I'm going with the legs.
You really? Wow. Wow, buddy. The legs? Oh man.
Yeah, the hind legs. They at least
They hold
they
the
used
model
to
up.
be. No, what I like about them that they are like in between the Carnifex legs and what's the Tyrannofex kit. They're like in between size.
I remember them being
So
small. Are they not small?
Not from what I know.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, I don't have the kit, but to
Hold
my
on.
knowledge, they are larger than the Carnifex.
Okay.
I know that I bookmarked somebody that like had a picture of all of the a bunch of the Tyranid legs side by side.
Oh, I think I saw that. That was a good one.
I like what
Yeah.
you did with the Maliceptor, turning it into the giant classic Zoe, Mr. Pink.
Oh, I got him right here.
Like that was cool.
Big
It's
brain
great
boy?
bit use. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess
found
those
a way to make them work.
bits that made that are cool.
I'm going to type this link into the chat. It's
you
actually
found
just
it?
a really good link, just general, but somebody named Daniel J. Blumenfeld posted this up God knows how long
Yeah.
ago, but it is a great link for anybody who just wants some Tyranid bit size comparisons.
And here you see it is thicker.
Can you put it
and
in the
a
YouTube
little
chat?
bit-
Yeah.
It's in the YouTube chat.
Wait, what? I'm seeing Darth Bob. Oh no, wait. Okay, I wasn't scrolled down.
You need to scroll down, probably.
Got it. Thank you.
I love that hat. It's so cool.
And it's the middle one, right in the middle, and I like it more because instead the exocrine Harris packs has these bone protrusions at the back.
Yeah.
And I don't like those. That's why I like the Maleceptor legs.
Okay, so Daniel J. Bloomfield is a champion. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's a really great resource.
Love this so much.
I definitely recommend people bookmarking that.
I'm gonna save this in like my little bookmark. Like, what's the thing at the top of your screen where it's like your bookmark bar? Wait, why can't I do it?
I think
Who is
that's
this
just your
man?
bookmark bar. I don't know who he is, but like,
Oh.
I don't know when I found this, but I found it some time ago. I think
That's great. This
I would
is really
pin it.
useful.
I would pin it to our Discord, but I don't have that rights to do that.
Oh, really? Shit.
Or do I? I don't. Whatever. I'll figure it out later.
Then there's also a great, while we are on great bookmarks, there's also an old post on one of the Daka forums has one where all the base sizes are collected, which is also great.
Oh yeah, if you just search Games Workshop base sizes, you'll find that post.
I know one dude in one of my other local Discords, copy pasted it into a file that he shared. I should share that as is that it? Oh man, the articles. Such articles, much wow.
Man, but now we need to get like Norn Emissary legs in here and shit.
Yeah.
Updates.
Yeah, but based on this comparison, I came to the conclusion that I liked those legs.
Okay.
Can we just talk for a second about how the rear claws on the Maleceptor are probably the worst sculpted things I've ever seen in my life to come out of Games Workshop's Tyranid line.
You
They
mean the
are
ones it bounces on?
absolutely abominable.
Like the hands that it
legs-
bounces on?
Yeah, they are absolutely horrifically bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
They are horrible.
So this is what I did with my Maleceptor body / head bit. Made a giant zoanthrope head out of it. Speaking of detail no one's ever going to see, look at all this. No one's ever going to see that.
But you know it's there, and that's what matters.
But I know it's there. I know I tried. Yeah. Pretty happy with it. Oh, the thing that I love about the Maleceptor kit, tentacles. Box screen tentacles.
Yeah.
I just find them too
Unwieldy.
they're just too undynamic. They're just like he's just like holding them out in front of him.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use them on the talk screen. You're supposed to like rip them off and use them as like tails and stuff or like other stuff on other things. I love those.
Yeah, I could see that working. I also don't really like I didn't think that Games Workshop could design a Tyranid with face tentacles that I don't like.
Oh yeah,
Like-
those face tentacles are atrocious.
They're horrible. Like
They're
they're
just, like,
terrible. And
so
anytime I
plain.
see somebody put them on a model, I'm just like, you should have just sculpted
Oh
them.
man, did Ghoul put them on a Screamer Killer? I think Ghoul put them
He
on a
did.
Screamer
I'm
Killer.
sorry,
Oh,
Ghoul.
Ghoul, we're dumping
I'm
on
sorry,
your
Ghoul.
models,
We're
buddy!
just bullying you tonight.
We're down to 12 people.
It's not you, Ghoul. It's the miniatures, buddy. It's not you.
It's not you. It's the
plastic. It's not you. It's the plastic.
plastic. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm done. I don't
Oh, nice.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I got
I have to finish this stupid orc by the end of the month.
I still am confused why you're working on orcs. Every time you mention working on orcs, I'm confused.
It's a single orc. It's not orcs plural.
Okay.
It's just one orc.
That's usually how it starts. And then next thing you know, you're on stream going, "Wah!"
As you do.
So this shows how much slighter the new Termagant is than the old Termagant.
I love the new one.
Does this work for you? Does it look okay, Kajan?
Yeah, for me it works absolutely much
Sweet.
better than the
Okay, happy to hear that.
old one. Because
I like it.
The hips are narrower. and it's
Well, I also
giving
made the
it
hips a
more
little wider than I
dynamic.
should have on the other one.
The other one's got them childbearing hips.
Yeah, actually, this one's probably the worst one I did. This one's probably
Might
got
as well call
more.
those hips Shakira.
Shakira. Yeah, I went too wide on the hips on these guys probably. I initially made them. I'm worried the new one's hips are a little too thin, but maybe it's fine.
No, I think that looks great.
Thanks.
I agree. I think it looks well proportioned. I wouldn't change it.
Okay, cool. Glad to hear it.
Looks very nicely skulky.
What?
Probably need to position the thing a little bit back, more center. Like
Oh yeah. On the base, you mean?
Yeah.
We've got an echo. I don't know why.
Do it?
I heard one briefly. I guess not.
Oh.
Maybe I'm hallucinating. All right, I probably got to call this soon because I am not planning to stay up for the Games Workshop review thing. You guys, good luck if you are.
Only if I get a late arrival schedule for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow again tonight.
Yay, greater DC area.
By the time it airs, I'll be standing outside and shoveling snow, so I'm not going to see it either way.
It's snowing for you too, Kajan?
Yeah.
Will, what is that?
Wait, this?
Yeah.
What are you working on?
This is my Screamer Killer model that I've been like sculpting.
Oh, with the awesome mouth, yeah.
The mouth again, redoing it, and then just kind of rejiggering how the head worked because I wanted the mouth far more gaping, and then
as one does.
And I didn't like its mutton chop, so probably like have more like jowly tendons and stuff, sort of like the old Screamer Killer, original Screamer Killer models. That's the plan so far. But
cool.
bits and pieces.
Looking good so far.
Thanks.
All right, there's a comparison of a Standigaunt with a normal Leviathan Gaunt.
Who was it that like got some of the aunts from like the White Dwarf packages that like show that they were a little bit smaller than
it's not a White Dwarf. It's like this new like start collecting guide thing. It's basically an intro to the hobby.
Huh. I just know that I don't think that that's available in the States.
I think it is.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's so if you go to Games Workshop, it's in like a paper envelope kind of thing. It's like a paper baggy envelope thing. And it's about $20 Canadian for this weird little magazine with 2 models. That's why I haven't bought it yet. Because like I know there's a limited gaunt with it, but I don't know that I need a limited gaunt for $20 Canadian. Yeah,
that seems like a conversion factor that doesn't play in favor of me purchasing.
Yeah, it's meant to be for beginners, I think. And like it like gives you like shows you the ropes of the hobby or something, and then it's like here's your 2 models to start with. But
is that the one where you get some paints and stuff?
You don't get paints, you just get 2 models in this book.
Okay.
Here's these plastic models that you can't do anything with unless you buy more tools.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to have this start.
They did. You're right. This is not that though.
Getting started thing.
This is not that. This is different. Ryan's Minis said that he bought it and then he managed to sell the Space Marine for £6, so it was worth it for him.
That's still a $14 gaunt.
Yeah.
£14.
No, I don't know what the.
Oh wait, is. $6 I think would be probably $8-9 Canadian. I don't know.
Too expensive. A too expensive gaunt.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. See that I'm seeing of my video feed in the Discord compared to the feed that I'm seeing on YouTube, significantly worse.
What? Oh, as in it
Just-
looks good for you? It looks kind of smeary and blurry for us.
Oh no, it's still smeary, but like on YouTube, it's even smeary.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
You're small.
YouTube encodes the video once
Yeah.
more. So
I would venture to guess that part of the issue is just my my internet connection. So
Might be your camera though, right?
Well, mine looks pretty terrible too, and I have 1440p streaming, and my webcam's pretty good, even though it's blurry.
Maybe it's just the YouTube screwing everything up. All right,
yours
I
is
gotta run.
considerably less blurry.
It is
All right.
pumpkin time for me. Thank you all for joining.
Pumpkin time.
Turn into a it's like a short
Cinderella.
a turn of phrase. Yes, it's a turn of phrase I use to refer to Cinderella.
Oh,
As
okay.
in, my carriage will turn into a pumpkin. It's pumpkin time.
Gotcha.
It's a weird thing that I say, and I don't really think about it, but I'm glad that someone got it.
It's pretty like idiom.
Oh.
Well, like a reference, I think, right?
Do other people say pumpkin time? I thought I made it up. It's not.
I mean, maybe not in that exact expression, but I think like turning into a pumpkin generally is understood to be a reference to Cinderella. No,
All right.
Is
Do we
it
have
not?
any last minute ghoul bullyings before we call the
Wait,
stream?
Darth Bob,
cool.
what's your outlook for 2024? We didn't get it from you off the top.
Let me get my magic 8-ball.
What? No, like what's your hope? It's not a resolution. Don't call it a resolution for your creative pursuits for
It's your
2024.
non-resolution.
I actually do have kind of a New Year's resolution hobby wise. So every year I always see everybody on Instagram is posting their, art versus artist thing. And I never have enough finished models at the end of the year to have my own art versus artist thing. So my goal for the end of the year is to have enough completed models that I can do one of those posts on Instagram.
Cool. That's a
That
cool.
is my
I like
goal.
that. Nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
And do they have to be finished like kit bash sculpting, or do they have to be like painted?
I'm just saying at least sculpted. They don't have to be painted.
Good. I like
At least sculpted like they're ready to be primed, basically.
I like it.
That's my goal.
Nice. Well, I wish you luck. I wish you all luck with your 2024 goals. Maybe we can work together on them on subsequent future Work in Progress Wednesday streams. I will give you more chances to talk about Old World because we want to try and get Tomb King Tristan on the next Work in Progress Wednesday to try to convince me to love the Old World because I do not. And also just to tell us about his history with Tomb Kings, because I've always thought Tomb Kings were kind of neat. And he is like deep in the Tomb King. And like now with Tomb Kings getting quote unquote new models with the Old World, I thought it might be a good time to talk to him.
Word.
So you can look forward to that.
I mean, I could recommend you what got me to love the Old World.
What's that? Mordheim?
The Conrad trilogy.
The what?
It's a really old Warhammer Fantasy trilogy.
Yeah, trilogy, yeah.
About an more or less orphan that whose village gets attacked by a roving chaos horde, and he's being thrust into a conspiracy by Siege.
Yeah.
And it's 3 books long, where he basically first runs from a horde, then ends up a mercenary fighting Skaven trolls in a cave, and subsequently battling a chaos champion. More or less. So that's got me into the Warhammer Fantasy.
Cool.
Along with the Genevieve trilogy, Drachenfels and stuff like that. With the vampire lady.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not crazy about Games Workshop fiction, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you are into detective fiction, there is also a really old Warhammer Fantasy novel that's basically Jack the Ripper with a fantasy twist.
Oh, cool.
And it's called in German. It's the translation is Beast in Velvet and Silk, I believe. Not sure, quite sure what the English title is. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a one and done by the guy that wrote also the Genevieve novels, and she has a brief cameo in it.
Cool. Right.
But yeah, that's how you can get into it. I
Well,
believe.
we'll see what Tristan recommends next time, but I'm gonna run. Thank you both. Thank you all for joining up. Darth Bob, I'm glad you were able to squeak in. Tactical Dbag and Kajan, thank you for being here for the whole thing.
Yeah, my
And
pleasure.
thank you all for being flexible when I wasn't able to do it last night.
Yeah, for sure. It worked out because I was feeling really horrible last night.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad we lined that up.
I hope
And
you're feeling better soon.
Thank you. I hope so too. These antibiotics are really helping.
good. It's not the
Doesn't
oh
feel
no,
like
it
I'm
wouldn't be
swallowing
the
broken glass anymore.
oh god,
Thanks,
that's the
modern
worst.
medicine.
Yes, so I hope you feel better, and we will all talk and hobby again soon. I look forward to it.
Indeed.
Talk to you later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.